Take a clear adhesive hook from Dollar Tree and a paper towel holder. Add toilet paper rolls and you have easy and inexpensive toilet paper storage. Place scrunchies and hair ties over the top and you have an easy and cheap storage solution. Loop the zip ties around the paper towel stand, evenly spaced and secure in place. Take scissors and cut off the excess of the zip tie. Use a mini hot glue gun to add little dots of hot glue to make sure the zip ties stay in place. Cover the entire stand with gold spray paint. Place it in your desired location and use it as easy storage.
You'll need 4 of these chrome napkin holders, a paper towel holder, a set of these plastic chopping boards. First thing is to trace the napkin holder onto the chopping board 4 times and then cut out the half circles. I'm attaching those pieces of the plastic chopping board to the side of the napkin holder. I'm going to take these napkin holders and glue them to the bottom of the paper towel holder. Attach 2 more toward the top of the paper towel holder. Once the glue is all dry, for a little added security, I'm going to use some zip ties. I'm putting in some of my most used products, nail polish and hand lotions, and this is going to go right in my bathroom, so it's really easy to access. Have you ever seen these metal napkin holders at Dollar Tree? And I'm just gonna add a little color to them using yarn. Then I'm gonna flip it over and just trim off any of the excess pieces and tuck them in where needed. One of them is going to sit right outside of my mudroom. This is the table where we normally put our mail when it comes in the home. I also made 2 in pink and white that I'm hanging in my daughter's room.
project, we're going to head down to Habitat for Humanity. We're going to save this shutter from a drizzly day and see what we can do. First thing, lay out some cardboard and we're going to lay that shutter down. What we want to do is get some high grit sandpaper. Just sand all the edges, gets rid of any imperfections and all the burrs. But don't worry, we are going to paint it. We just want to get rid of any gloss and make sure it looks smooth. Next is where the hinges go. We got to get rid of those holes. We want to fill them in because once we paint this, it's going to stand out. So just use some spackle, cover all the holes, especially if there's any staples or anything of the sort, and then a light sanding will fill it in. Next step is kind of cool. I grabbed some gray primer and just started painting. Now, like I've said before, we got to make sure when we're spraying any project that we go light on it. It's always better to do 2 or 3 light coats than 1 heavy coat. Reason for this is the spray paint loves to puddle up or pool or drip, and we don't want that. We want to make it look nice every time. The color turned out perfect, so we brought it inside. And on the top, we went to the very middle, and we're going to put some hooks. These are very simple, inexpensive. All you got to do is lay them out and mark where the holes go. I love doing pre-drilling. I don't like to split the wood when I'm putting the screws in, so every time, even if it's a small drill bit, use a pilot hole. These are very simple to put in, and if you do use a pilot hole, you can use a screwdriver. Of course, I have a drill, so I'm going to use that. We're going to put one in the middle and one on each side. Again, I put this at the top, but this is your project. You can put these hooks anywhere you want. Next, I need to have a whiteboard. That way I can leave messages or notes for me or for the family. But how do we put it on? Well, I grabbed a little bit of extra epoxy glue that I had laying around, and I love it because it is strong. Just a 2-part system you mix together, and then I lay it out right underneath where the whiteboard's going to go and just put it right on top of the slats, just like that, just in a few random areas. It's very simple. All you got to do is lay it down and let it sit for about 10 minutes and it's going to be perfectly strong. Next, I grabbed this little Home Sweet Home bucket that I got, but I need to put a hook on the back side. So I grabbed the pliers, bent the hook, and a little extra of the epoxy that I had and put it right on the back. I didn't want to put any screws through the bucket, so this epoxy is so amazing that it's just going to go ahead and clamp it right there with a clothespin and hold it on. While that's drying, I want to get some twine so I can give our little shutter a little bit of a rustic look. Just go ahead and put a knot in it. I'm going to put it through a small clothespin that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Just tie it on there, real simple. If you have any extra, just cut it off on the end, not a problem. Then I'm going to go ahead and just clip it right onto the shutters. That way it's adjustable. I can put it anywhere I want. I went with the V look on it, and I can hang things from this, like pictures or postcards, not a problem. Next, we got to hang the shutter itself. The shutter is lightweight, so it just takes a simple hook on the back. Make sure you pre-drill, and now let's hang it up. As you can see, I got the hooks on top, and I've got the whiteboard, and I found this cool little shelf. It goes right into the shutters. The great thing is it's not permanent. You can just put it anywhere. Don't forget that bucket. We'll put that there. And just look at this amazing project. I can hang my keys, leave notes, hang up any postcards or sticky notes that I need, and it's got everything I need, dog leash, hats, and my wallet. I hope this inspired you to do your own Upcycle project. We're glad you joined us on Home Talk, and we can't wait to see you again next time.
I'm going to show you how I use these silicone cupcake liners. I used plaster of Paris, and I began my project by taking a measuring cup and pouring out 2 cups. I then used 1 cup of water. I took a plastic bucket and using a wooden spoon, I mixed the plaster of Paris and water together until the consistency was very smooth and there were no lumps or bumps in the mixture at all. Then I took the plaster of Paris mixture and I poured it back into a measuring cup so that I could easily distribute it into my silicone cupcake liners. I also placed the liners on a baking sheet just so they had a nice hard surface to sit on and I could move them around if I needed to while they were drying. After I'd filled up all the cupcake liners to an even amount, I took them and I tapped them gently on the baking tray to remove any air bubbles while they were setting. Then I took 2 tea light candles and I placed them inside 2 of the cupcake liners while the plaster of Paris mixture was beginning to set up. So I just pushed them down gently in. You want to let the plaster of Paris set a little bit before you do this, just so that they don't sink to the bottom. Then I let them set completely for 24 hours. Once they were set, I removed the silicone cupcake liners, and then I took a bit of 100 grit sandpaper, and I did this just so that I could smooth out the tops to make sure they were perfectly flat. Once this was done, I took all my pieces and I stacked them up in the order you see here. So flipping one over on its top and then doing the opposite one and continuing this way until I stacked my tea light one on the top. I created a smaller version to sit next to this one, just made of 2. Then I took some E6000 and glued all the pieces together. The E6000 does take a little bit of time to set up on the plaster of Paris, so I did leave these completely to dry for about 12 hours. Once they had set and were fully finished, I decided they needed just a little bit of embellishment. Now you could leave these plain if you like a more natural look, but I wanted to add something just a little bit more stylish and elegant. So I took some gold leafing and some Mod Podge, and I just did a little bit of gold leafing up the side of the candle holders. So I just placed it sporadically going up and then a little bit on the top. And these are my finished candle holders. I think they turned out so great. They look like something you would find at Pottery Barn. And the neat thing about this project is you can really customize it to suit your home, your decor style. You can paint them. You can do whatever you want with these. So I really hope that this idea has inspired you to get creative with a little bit of plaster of Paris and some silicone cupcake liners.
taking 3 hexagon decorative mirrors and 4 small glass candlesticks from Dollar Tree. Stack 2 candlesticks on top of one another. When the glue has dried, I'm taking some black acrylic craft paint, apply the paint all over each candlestick column. Once that column is attached to the base mirror, I'm adding glue to the top of the column before stacking another mirror on top of it in the center. While I'm taking my second candlestick column and my third mirror, I'm flipping the mirror face down and applying the glue to the column before placing it on the center of the back of the mirror. It's time to stack the third mirror onto the other 2. This is now the perfect tiered storage display in my bathroom for all my skincare products. I'm using 1 large piece of foam core from Dollar Tree and 2 sheets of peel and stick wallpaper. Next, I'm going to use a squeegee to apply directly to the foam core board. I'm using 2 gold paper trays from Dollar Tree and my 2 wallpaper covered sheets of foam core to glue to the bottom of each tray. I'm applying the rub and buff all over the wood pieces. I'm allowing plenty of time for the gold to dry before taking my hot glue gun and gluing the cubes on either side of the wood dowels. Now it's time to assemble this whole project together. This is a really inexpensive DIY project and is perfect for bathroom storage, and it's very easy to make. So we're going to start this project with these really handy stackable organizer drawers. So I'm going to be using a combination of E6000 and hot glue. So I'm going to go ahead and stack this on top. Then we're going to do the same thing on this top one. Set this aside to dry. We are going to focus on gluing these pieces together, and we're going to put it together here. Make sure it is level this direction. So we're going to go ahead and add to it. I wanted to take a little side note to share that I was able to paint my mirrors because they originally were gold. So I'm going to go ahead and use hot glue on the back here, and we are going to be centering it on top. We're actually going to be gluing these same mirrors to the sides where the drawers aren't pulling out. So now we're going to take 2 cake pans, marbles as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this on top, and then we are going to put a layer of E6000, and then we're going to be setting our organizer on top of that. Adhere it, wait for that to dry. So now we're going to flip it over. And we have a Lazy Susan situation happening, but we're going to add one more piece to the top of this. And here is the after of this makeup organizer in my bathroom.
Today we're going to talk about some ways to reuse dryer sheets. Let's get started. Place a dryer sheet in the cushions of your couch. This will help your couches smell good and keep your rooms smelling fresh. Fold up a dryer sheet and place it inside a toilet paper roll. This will help keep your bathroom smelling fresh. Use it to leave new sheets smelling wonderfully fresh. Fold up your sheets, place that dryer sheet in the middle of them, stuff them all in the pillowcase. This will keep all your sheets together, but they'll smell beautiful when you take them out and make your bed. These dryer sheets work great on any sort of computer or TV surface. The static electricity pulls the dust right off and onto the dryer sheet. You can also use these to dust any surface in your home as well. Place a dryer sheet or two on the bottom of a dollar store Swiffer mop. Tuck it in, and you can use this as a mop or as a broom to sweep up the dust and debris from your floor. You can add an old dryer sheet to your drawers. Put a dryer sheet in your luggage. This will stop your luggage from smelling after a trip. Use a dryer sheet to sharpen your scissors. When your scissors aren't working well, grab a dryer sheet and rub it against the sharp edges. It'll clean the gunk off and will sharpen them. Do you have some stinky shoes in your home? Cut a dryer sheet in half, put one half in each shoe. It'll leave those shoes smelling fresh and make those odors go away. Clean a gunky, messy pot. This pot had a bunch of stew and some of it burnt to the bottom. So I fill it with water, I add some Dawn dish soap, and a dryer sheet. Now if it's really bad, you might need to add 2 dryer sheets to it. Let it soak for a good 30 minutes. Go ahead and use the same dryer sheet to wipe out the entire pot and then rinse it all out. While you're at it, why don't you shine the outside of the stainless steel with the dryer sheet as well. Then when you're done with that, you can take that dryer sheet or another one and wipe down your entire sink and it'll polish it right up. You can take an old dryer sheet, get it a little damp, and clean your faucets. It'll polish them right up. While you're at it, go ahead and wipe down your entire sink. You'll be amazed at how it will release any soap residue and other gunk that is just sitting in your sink. Go ahead and toss it in your garbage can. It'll leave those stinky garbage cans smelling nice and fresh. Fill a container with water. Add a dryer sheet. Let it sit for a good 30 minutes at minimum. The longer you let it soak, the better. All of the chemical, especially if you use lavender, will soak into the water. Pour it into a spray bottle. Use this whenever you have something stuck to you, like I have this dryer sheet stuck to my shirt. So I simply spray that on and it releases that static electricity. If you have soap scum in your showers, get a damp dryer sheet and rub it against the soap. The ingredient that's on the dryer sheets will break away the soap scum. Once you're done wiping it, go ahead and rinse it off.
Grab a pre-made round tabletop and set a planter on top. Grab some Jenga pieces, glue these down to keep our tabletop from sliding around. Grab some wood stain and put it all over. Now it's some clear polyurethane. Next, it's time for 2-part epoxy and your favorite colors that you want to mix. Next, grab your hair dryer, and we're going to use low heat. Just keep doing this back and forth. Now, once it dries for 24 hours, we're going to do the same process again. Now it's time to make our table. Take that base and you can use it for storage for blankets in the living room. Go ahead and put your tabletop on and look at that. I hope you love this project. It's so easy to do.
First, we're going to repurpose a 1-gallon glass pickle jar, and then we have some decorative nautical rope. I'm measuring out vertical strips. Now, once I get all of my strips cut, I'm going to start using my glue gun to attach them on the side of the jar. And all I'm doing is I'm evenly spacing these out, and then I'll go in the middle of those sections and put a piece of rope, and then I'll do that, continue on until all 8. And I'm just going to start somewhere and kind of glue in a few places as I'm wrapping around, and then I'll glue the other 2, and it end up being a stack of 3. Just to give it a finished look. It would look good staged and styled for many different seasons.
Bye.